building together, and then using what we can use from prior seasons to hopefully make a run at this thing and try to get ourselves in the playoffs and see where we can go from there.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. It's Thursday, December 4th, 2025. Stephen St. John here, joined by Nate Bukaty. We've got Jake Gutierrez, Deebs, and you. We'll talk to former Chiefs offensive lineman Joe Valerio. We are also going to say hello to Matt Beasler, our NFL insider Adam Kaplan, Gary Dieter, and Anthony Sherman will be in studio in the 8 o'clock hour. John Price with Sports Information Traders at 9 o'clock, followed by Jesse Newell from The Athletic. Packed show for you. How about that? It's cold.
Ooh, it's cold.
That's all right, though.
It's going to warm up a little bit tomorrow, I understand. A little bit.
Who told you that?
My wife. Am I wrong about that?
I don't know.
I listen to pretty much everything she said. Oh, yeah, high for 45 tomorrow. It's going to be balmy.
Is it really?
15 degrees warmer.
Let me see.
Which is big for the little draw party we're having, so it would not be good to have it today.
Well, people can handle it.
Yeah, but you want people to come hang out outside with us tomorrow.
You know, I want them to be cold.
Why?
Because show that Kansas City's tougher than...
Well, we are. We've already shown that
cities.
many times.
You know why? Because it's December.
That's right.
It feels brisk. It's reinvigorating. I know that most people can't stand this weather. Now, it's getting to the point where, okay, that's cold enough, but...
Well, I don't mind it this time of year because, as you said, it's holiday weather.
It helps me in the morning.
It's festive. Gets you going.
Right.
Like a cold shower. Like Jake sitting in an ice tub.
Yeah, there's some of those same principles. Like,
Yeah.
for me, I go outside
Yeah.
and I feel refreshed.
Yeah, gets the dopamine going. Gets that good brain chemicals going.
Does it?
Yeah, yes. Cold exposures, like you said, invigorating because your body thinks it's dying.
Right.
Hey, that gets you going.
Yeah, it does.
You know?
Yeah.
When you feel like you might die, your attention, you snap to attention a little
Yep.
bit, you focus more clearly.
Primal.
Yeah. It's what people that get in the octagon say, right? More heightened sense of alertness and awareness when you're in there.
Some of them. Some of them get their asses handed to
Well,
them.
People always also say that when they're on uppers. You know?
well, there's different ways to get that
Right.
dopamine.
Yeah. Apparently, cold water exposure is 300 times the level of cocaine, dopamine. Wise.
3 times or 300 times?
300 times.
Seems like that puts you in the hospital.
I don't think anybody needs that, buddy.
Yeah, I do every day.
Good God.
It's just the dopamine, you know.
Uh-huh.
What are you in there grinding your teeth? I got a lot to talk about, you know. Hey.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
300
Pass.
times.
Science.
No.
That's what you got this morning when you woke up. You didn't even know it.
Did anyone listen to the Chris Kleiman press conference?
I read the quotes. I haven't listened to the whole thing, but I read the quotes. I heard the soundbite that Jake played there at the beginning.
We had it on Sports Radio 810 WHB, so that's where I listen.
Oh, right here on the radio station.
Right.
Mm.
So.
What'd you think?
I mean, look, hey, it's I don't want to say it's surprising because there's many people that saw this coming, but that's the end of an era, a hell of a football coach. And you wonder if he's ever going to coach again.
Yeah. He doesn't need to.
No, but you've seen many coaches leave and think they're done, and then a year or two later, they need to scratch that itch. I wonder if...
I mean, who thought Bill Snyder was going to come back?
Right.
Yeah. Dick Vermeil did the same thing. It was funny because somebody asked me when Kleiman had his press conference after the Utah game and he was in tears, like, hey, can you name another football coach that would cry like that? I said, well, Dick Vermeil, he cried a lot. And he got himself so emotionally worked up that he burned out and left coaching for a while and then came back.
Right.
He's like my brother. Christ, old balls over there, we call him.
But, yeah, I could see that, and maybe he would want to come back not at this level, where he does, maybe at a level where he doesn't have to deal with all the things that you deal with in major Division I college athletics these days. I don't know.
What did you think of their AD, Gene Taylor, when he was asked if he's reached out to Colin Klein about becoming the next Kansas State head football coach? And he said, I'm not even sure I still have his number.
I don't believe him.
No?
I think if he doesn't have it, he can find it easily.
Can we get that exchange, Jake?
Sorry to belabor this again, but just because there's so many reports on the Texas A&M side that say that Colin has been connected to this job, you're saying the K-State has not had any conversations with him about this opening?
Absolutely not. I'm not even sure if I still have his number, but I guess I better find that out at some point.
It'd be weird if he didn't have his number anymore. Like,
I'm not
delete.
not sure you're doing your job properly if you don't have that guy's
Yeah.
number.
That'd be bad luck.
I don't believe him.
Yeah.
He's not sure. Maybe he hasn't looked. He hasn't typed.
Hold
into his
on.
phone
What
to
if
see.
he
New phone, who
told him
did?
to hold on and look through his phone? Oh, I do.
That does happen, by the way. When I got my latest phone, a whole bunch of numbers just disappeared on me, which is really embarrassing to then do the new phone who dis thing because people think you're just lying,
I was going to say something, but it's awful. It's not funny at all. It's morbid.
Well.
I went through my phone the other day, and how many people have passed away. I saw their numbers in my phone. I just never, I never.
You went through your I don't go through my contacts.
I mean,
anymore.
I've tried to. I mean, how many contacts do you have?
God,
What
I
did
don't
you
even
say?
know. No idea. Does it say somewhere on
I don't
here?
think I ever delete contacts. I got a big problem with that.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't. How do I? Is there a way to look and see?
Yeah,
the
no,
I have
total number?
2,856.
Where does it
Look that up.
say?
Go to your contacts
Oh yeah, 2,163.
and then go to lists.
Yeah.
All iPhone.
How many did you say? We're both around 2,000.
2,856.
You got me by 700. I got 2,163. That's I probably don't need all those. And some of them are probably old numbers that don't work anymore.
I promise you, I don't need 2,850 of them.
Do you have Colin Klein in there?
I just looked. I do not. I got Colin Brown though.
Okay, there you go. How many Collins you got?
That's the only Colin I had.
You have an Android. I don't know how many I can count, but
Colin Brown, right? Former offensive lineman from Missouri.
right.
Got my buddy Melvin Collins on here. It's the closest thing I have to a Colin.
Let's see if I got it.
Another way to spell Colin, Colin.
And look at all these damn things.
You got a lot of contacts, buddy.
This is more than 2,000. I'm thinking. Let me see, Colin. Yeah, I don't have it either. I have
I thought I was
11 numbers that start with Coach.
I got
Coach.
I got
Coach.
Chris Klein.
Coach.
Yeah.
No Colin Klein. Chris Klein.
Chris Klein?
Yeah,
Who's that?
former Wizards soccer player.
Yeah.
I thought Chris Klein was an American Pie.
Oh, that's a different Chris Klein.
I
Yes,
didn't know.
Chris Klein used to play soccer here in Kansas City. He went to LA Galaxy. Was the GM there for a while, I believe.
Yep. Maybe president.
Yeah, great guy.
That's a good back-to-back right there. Christian Cologne, Christian Okoye. A couple of good Christians there.
Yeah.
Call one of those.
Call both of them. Call them all.
Gene Taylor also said, what really pisses me off is that he and others are leaving this business because of where we are in the industry. What do you think of that?
I don't know. Well, I guess that depends on what exactly he means by where we are.
You want to hear the comments?
Yes.
Yeah, like where are we?
One of the greatest guys in this industry walk out of this room and retire from coaching, from the business that he loves. And what really pisses me off is he's doing it because where we are in this industry. And if we don't get this thing fixed, and I mean I'm a part of that, as every AD in the country and the conference commissioners, if we don't get this thing under control, more really, really good guys like Chris Kleiman are going to walk away from this business. And I've already seen some of my colleagues do it because they just aren't ready to deal with what we're dealing with. We have to get this thing under control. We have to sign these participation agreements, every school in the country. We have to come together and run the business as equally as we possibly can, and right now that's not the case. And people are ignoring the settlement. They're doing things that are outside of the settlement, outside of the agreement, and we need to get it under control. If we don't, more good people like Chris Kleiman are going to leave this business. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure, in my role as athletic director here and at some of the committees I'm on in the country, to make sure that we figure out this thing out. But it really hurts me that guys like Chris Kleiman are leaving because what they came into the business for is different. Doesn't mean it's wrong, it's just different. And we have to find a way to make it as fair as possible across this country, and right now it's not. So that's my soapbox for a minute.
Good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with that. That toothpaste is out of the tube. I mean, they can try to put some parameters around it, but this is what it is now.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I mean, I do think it's reasonable to say that there should be some kind of system in place. You know, some sort of regulations.
Yeah, there absolutely needs to be regulations, but I mean, regulations. What's that going to change? I mean, it's gonna make things probably more, I don't know, more transparent. But this is the landscape now.
Yeah.
This is you're never not going to have to deal with college football players making lots of money.
Well, and the money's there. I mean, people are lining up to pay these guys. You know, if not at your school, at somebody else's. The money's there.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not like coaches are not getting paid anymore because all the money's going to the players. Look at how much money they throw at Lane Kiffin.
$15 million per.
And maybe
for
that's his
7
point.
years.
Is like, Lane Kiffin doesn't seem to have the greatest reputation as a guy, and maybe this is a landscape that's more attractive to somebody like that than to a Chris Kleiman.
You're just going to have to adapt and change to what it is. I mean, yes, he's right. There needs to be more parameters on it, but what he's talking about is, I mean, you're going to have to deal with college athletes making lots of money. And transfer portal and all of it.
Well, that word "fair" that he brought up is an interesting one.
I'm not even sure it's the money. I don't think these coaches care that players are making money. It's all the people that they have to deal with, the handlers.
Yep.
All the
Sure.
The garbage they have to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get that.
Well, I could tell you some stories, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you have assistant coaches making promises to players, whether it's financial or I mean, usually financial. Now, that's you know, I know of at least a couple of not at K-State occurrences of that where you got, you know, not all coaches are on the same page, and maybe certain coaches, you know, some coaches have been out there misrepresenting what a player is going to get when they come to a school. Players not fulfilling their obligations when it comes to NIL, whether it's appearances or certain things that they're required to do to get that money.
Boosters making promises.
There's all kinds of levels to this, you know. I mean, transfer portals. That's got to be a pain in the ass. Now, look, college football fans can't even get on the same page as far as, you know, how they feel about this version of college football. Like me and Lebo, for example. Lebo hates it. He's still a college football fan, but he doesn't like all this. Me, on the other hand, I'm just looking for, you know, strictly from a college football fan, from an entertainment value. Transfer portal's awesome. It's like free agency. It is free agency, basically, in college football. You know, it's if you liked high school recruiting, it's like high school recruiting and recruiting news and everything else on steroids. You know, I look right now and see Indiana 12-0, the number 2 team in the nation, getting ready to play for the Big Ten championship, and second year in a row in the college football playoffs. I see Vanderbilt with a quarterback that could win the Heisman Trophy. And as I mentioned yesterday, a team that just flipped the number 1 quarterback prospect in the nation from Georgia to Vanderbilt. I see teams that are able to compete now where they had no shot in the past. It was over. They had no shot of making the national championship game or even having a chance to play in the national championship game or the BCS playoffs like it used to be. And yes, it's become more of an NFL model, but it's more exciting. How many teams right now think they have a chance to win the national championship?
10 more?
More than that.
And all the ones that are getting into the playoff?
Anyone that thinks,
Yeah.
and you're still how many? I'm just throwing 16 or 17 teams, 18 teams that have a chance, right? In the past, how many teams at this point in the season would have a chance to win the national championship?
4 or 5, maybe.
There's pluses and minuses, but I mean, college football is awesome. Now, I'm not a head coach. I don't have to deal with all that.
Yeah.
You know? And with more money, the more money you make and more money that's spent on players, then the expectations are going to go through the roof. And that's why you can be a guy like James Franklin and have your team deep in the college football playoffs and winning 13 games one year, lose a couple of games, and get fired the next year. So I could see what would be wrong with it from an administrator's perspective, an athletic director or a head football coach. Look, we've seen coaches walk away from college basketball because of this, right? Mm-hmm. That surprised us. Like, wow, just doesn't want to deal with it, doesn't want to deal with this version of the sport. But there are some coaches that are really, really good at it, and their programs are going to flourish.
Yeah. There's other levels you can coach at, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If
but
you
I
don't
can
wanna deal with that.
But I can totally see Chris Kleiman not,
Yeah.
and he's a by all accounts he's a good man, really good football coach, and if this is what he wants to do and this is going to make his life better, then more power to him to walk away and do what he wants to do.
And I just, to follow Bill Snyder and go 20 games over 500, I think is what his record was, win a conference title, in a bad year still make it to a bowl game, and to keep that program successful, I think what an impossible job to follow somebody like Bill Snyder, and he did it, I think, incredibly well.
He did it very well. Yes. And now we'll see what Colin Klein brings, and that's going to be exciting.
Well, hey, we don't even know if the AD's got his number. Hold on.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. I don't know.
Probably has his email at least.
Right. DMs.
I'm not even sure if I still have his number.
We'll talk to Joe Valerio up next, Matt Beasler, Adam Kaplan, Gary Dieter, Anthony Sherman, Jesse Newell, all that and more between now and 10 o'clock. We'll even talk about who Andy Reid said's playing left tackle and right tackle. Please, God, let him have misspoke. Back after this on WHB. Missouri, your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is now live in your state. Now you can make every game even more exciting with same-game parlays, money lines, props, and more. All from your phone, all safe, secure, and easy to use. Missouri fans know game day, tailgates, noise, passion. Now, with DraftKings Sportsbook, you can bring that same energy to every snap, every touchdown, every win. And right now, new Missouri customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. No waiting, no nonsense, just pure action powered by America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 810WHB. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 810WHB. The crown is yours in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice for lawyers and
Welcome back to New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Let's say hello to former Chiefs offensive lineman Joe Valerio. What's up, Joe? How you doing?
Steven, what's up, bud? I heard you got a friend in there today.
No, I'm solo.
Oh, I thought Nate was
I'm just playing. Nate's here. I'm just kidding.
Hey, Joe.
Oh, look at that. Oh, my God, Nate. Happy Thanksgiving to both of you guys. Well, happy Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving for all the other things other than that Chiefs loss.
Yeah, that made me mad. Well, you know what? All they can do is try to bounce back and win this game on Sunday against Houston. It's a must-win. Well, look, some people say Denver, some people say Houston. I've been more impressed with Houston's defense, and especially after they had 8 sacks against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, and then watching them beat the Colts. This is a hot team, a team that was 0-3, a team that had to win 3 games with their backup Davis Mills, and now here they are competing for a playoff spot and a division title. So it's going to be a very tough matchup for the Chiefs, considering they could be down 3 starting offensive linemen. So I want to start there. I want to play this clip for you from Andy Reid and get your reaction, because boy, oh boy, were people losing their minds yesterday, and maybe I was one of them. Here's what Andy Reid had to say about the backup plan.
Yeah, I mean, the one positive is 2 of the 3 of them played against them last year, so did a good job. So they know what they're up against. That's a great defensive front, great defense. I mean, all 3 levels are really good, and they're number 1 in a lot of categories there. So defensively, but those guys they're getting themselves ready to go.
Is Jalen Moore going to be the first man up over on left tackle, or are you positioning probably right tackle with him?
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with the injured guys first. But yeah, that would he'd probably be at the right tackle and Wanya at the left, if that's the way it went.
Okay, so I saw Mitchell Schwartz tweeting about this. It's a very, very, very good former offensive lineman. You played offensive line, so I'm very interested to hear what you have to say. Schwartz has pointed out it sounds crazy because, Jalen Moore is better at left tackle than right tackle, and Wanya Morris is better at right tackle than left tackle. So in the scenario that Andy Reid painted, you would have each guy not at their best position, and we've always been, told and reminded how important left tackle is, and Wanya Morris at left tackle scares me in this game, in any game. And so what would be the rationale behind if Juwan Taylor can't play, why Wanya Morris at left tackle and Jalen Moore at right tackle?
I think, this might be a strange conspiracy theory, Stephen and Nate. I've always felt, personally, Patrick needed better protection on his right side than he did on his left. And the way that he likes to get outside the pocket, change his passing point, better protection on the right side for him, for me. Now, this is just me. Maybe this is a crazy observation, but I've always felt like he felt more pressure or didn't handle pressure as much when it was coming off of his right than he did off of his left. I'm not saying that Patrick has eyes in the back of his head and he doesn't worry about the blind side, but for him, I think he'd rather have more solid protection and getting and rolling out to the right, having a solid pocket where his throwing arm is and where he likes to change his throw point. Going to his left, I know he makes those magical throws and he can do things with his body that a lot of quarterbacks can't do. Going to his left, which, that's a skill. But I've always felt that he needed better protection on his right from the way that he likes to throw the ball and the way that he likes to move the pocket around. That's just my opinion. And I think, is that a crazy conspiracy theory that I'm kind of going along with Andy, and he's just not willing to say that because he doesn't want to let anything out there that, they're going to be working the right side of the pocket and they're going to have some play action and some RPOs to the right and doing things out to the right side? Maybe that's it. Maybe he feels more comfortable with their game plan having somebody on Patrick's right than his blind side, because that has never really seemed to bother him, in my opinion. When there's pressure coming up right in his face it's like it's like any quarterback. It's how I'm going to go way back now. When the Eagles beat the Patriots the first time in the Super Bowl, their whole mantra, their whole game plan was get right in Tom Brady's face. And you can only do that from the right side, right? Yeah, who doesn't love a nice blindside sack, right, where the quarterback doesn't see anybody coming? But the way that they protect these guys today with spearing and the way they protect them with, targeting and helmet hits, like, it's really hard to see those blindside hits anymore. That's my conspiracy theory of why he'd rather have it on the right. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys.
It does.
It does make sense to me.
Well, I just need anything to help me make sense of it. And so how about this idea? And just please tell me if this is crazy. You were going to have very likely Mike Caliendo replacing Trey Smith, and so maybe you don't want to have Wanye Morris and Mike Caliendo on the same side because that might.
Well, it might create some jailbreak situations, right?
Right.
We used to call it, Ronnie will tell you, we used to call it, oh my God, it was a jailbreak.
Right.
And Alex Gibbs used to say all the time, oh man, come on guys, what are you doing, jailbreak? But yeah, absolutely, that could be a big factor in it, Stephen, is that they just don't want to create a Swiss cheese, front over on the left. And that would be maybe even more disastrous. So maybe they're trying to just plug holes to get through this game.
Okay, here's a very ignorant question for you. Since you're talking about these things, it just kind of occurred to me. We talk a lot about putting help on one side. Having your tight end chip or the running back chip before he releases. Is it easier or more convenient or more advantageous to be chipping on one side versus the other? You know what I'm saying? Like if is it easier to send help to the left-hand side, to the right-hand side? Is that even a factor in this situation?
It's huge, Nate, and you bring up a great point. So let's paint a picture. So let's pretend it's a passing situation and they're in some kind of what today they call like a 4-2-5, right? Like a nickel package, right? So with two athletic linebackers, 4 down linemen, and your umbrella coverage with your 5 D-backs. So generally what they'll do, if they're in a straight 4-2-5, or picture even like a 4-1 where they've got like a cover linebacker who is, might be dropping back a little bit more than the other linebacker, right? You have like a blitzing linebacker and a cover linebacker. So picture a 4-2 defense. So you've got a linebacker in front of, covering the defensive tackle on the right, and a linebacker kind of lined up behind the defensive tackle on the left where the guards are. Okay, so 4-2. And then you've got your 2 D tackles and your 2 D ends or rush linebackers on the outside, your edge rushers. So what the quarterback will do is, if you got 5 offensive linemen, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to tell the quarterback which linebacker we're going to and where we're going to help. Man, I'll tell you, when you're playing guard and left tackle, and I'm left tackle or left guard, and I'm filling in for Zotter or John All, I love hearing Grunny say left, 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 or whatever our code word was, because I knew as a left guard or left tackle, I had inside help, because what Grunny would do is he was uncovered right as the center. He'd look out at the left linebacker, and that was our guy, 5-on-5. Now, what that does is that puts the hot linebacker or anybody that's hot on the right side so the quarterback can see them coming. So if the linebacker over the right guard blitzes or dogs, okay, now you've got 6 guys coming, right, the 4 down linemen, 1 linebacker that you're pushing the protection to, and then now you've got another guy coming. That's going to be the quarterback's hot read. And he knows, whoa, now it's 6-on-5, I got to get rid of the ball. It's much easier for Patrick and any quarterback to see the right side of the field than it is to see the left side. So if Grunny would have called to the right and said, hey, listen, I got to give Joe help. He's playing right guard. He's filling in for Will Shields, and he's got to go out to the right, okay, the quarterback knows, oh, boy, there's nobody blocking that left linebacker unless you have a back in the backfield, right? Because the back always goes opposite the center, right, or wherever the push from the line is going. So that's how it all plays out. So, yeah, you would want Creed Humphrey going to Patrick's left to protect the left side so that Patrick can see what's happening out in the front. If he wants to keep a running back in to chip, he could do that. If he wants to keep a running back or a tight end for max protection to block that front side linebacker and go 6-on-6, he can do that a lot more easily if he goes to the left. So that was a long explanation to a short question.
An idiot like me that's never spent a minute pass protecting in my life, it helped paint the picture very well. So thank you.
No, great. That's something everybody should always look at. The centers don't mess around. Like, they don't try to disguise it. You'll see them point. Sometimes you'll even hear them on the boom microphones or whatever. You'll hear the center and the quarterback talking about going left, or they'll say 52, and that's the guy that they're sliding the protection to. I mean, they don't try to be covert about it. they generally will tell you what side they're going. So it's good for fans to watch that. Like in those passing situations where it's pretty clear cut, where it's 4 down linemen, 1 or 2 linebackers in there, they'll tell you. The center will tell you where he's going, and then you know where the hot read is, and then you know what the quarterback's going to be doing. It's kind of fun to watch as a fan.
So all that said, how are they going to plan to attack this Houston defense on Sunday? What would you like to see them do that would give them their best chance for success?
Run and play action. I mean, I think that's, I was talking to a good friend of mine the other day about, he said, what was the first moment you realized that you were playing the NFL? And I said, well, it really wasn't my rookie year. That was such a blur. I said, it was my second year in the league when I saw the Eagles helmets come out of the tunnel, and having grown up in Philadelphia, I was like, I almost passed out. Like I can't believe I'm on a field with Eagles helmets. And, But I was thinking back to that game and what we did to the Eagles and how we really didn't have a chance to beat them. I mean, they came in, they were 5-0. Defense was dominant. They were playing inspired football because Jerome Brown had passed away in the offseason, and they were just inspired. And I'm telling you, we play action them because, we felt like that was really the only way we were going to do it because they were so run heavy and they had such a great pass rush. Holy smokes.
The first drive, right, though, you guys passed the ball right down the field because everyone thought you were going to come out there and just try to run it down their throats.
Yeah, and it was Andre. I'm trying to remember all the guys on that defensive backfield that were run stoppers. Man, they were monster strong safeties. They were like Kevin Ross type players, and they were coming up and they were just. I mean, they were bringing the house, and we were able to beat them deep with both play action and passing because you're right, no one expected us. So I think running the ball and play action and keeping that pass rush on its heels is probably the best way to do it. I mean, they made mincemeat out of, Josh Allen. I mean, they were all over him, with those 8 sacks. And if that happens, we're going to see a game similar to that where we're going to be struggling to stay ahead of this team because they're playing good ball. I mean, look at their schedule, guys. I mean, they had their 3 losses at the beginning of the season were one score, right? One of them was a 1-point game against Tampa. So they start out, 2-4, but they lost a pretty tight game to Seattle, right? I mean, and then all of a sudden they beat San Francisco. They take Denver to a 3-point game, who we see now Denver's a pretty good team. They beat the pesky Jags the second time they played them, right? You saw what they did to Buffalo. They beat Indy, who was, a team I thought was becoming the class of the AFC. I mean, this is a good squad. And you're right, it's defense that's holding them in when you look at the amount of points they're letting up. And they're able to to manage the clock and do things, just good game management. I mean, they're not having huge, great rush games, but they're eliminating penalties and they're playing clean football. So this is going to be a really, really good game, and a game that I did not anticipate having this much impact when I first looked at the schedule when it came out.
And that Eagles team had Eric Allen, Seth Joyner.
Yep.
Reggie White,
Andre Waters.
Andre Waters, Mike Golick. I mean, up and down that roster. And I was at that game, sitting in on the upper level, nearly at the top of Arrowhead. And Dave Craig had 3 touchdown passes in that game. He had touchdown passes, 2 to J.J. Burden and 1 to Willie Davis. And you guys beat the Eagles. That was an awesome game, one of my favorite games that I ever attended at Arrowhead Stadium, 24-17. All right, so let's see if there's some other kids that'll be at Arrowhead Stadium that will love this game the way I love that game. What's the score going to be on Sunday, Joe?
I think just like all the games the Chiefs and the Texans have been playing is going to be relatively low scoring. I don't think we're going to get into the 30s. I'm thinking this might be a 21-17 game. Chiefs, they have to win. Teams that have to win generally have an edge. It's at home. It's at night. They're going to be making some noise for this team. So I'm 21-17. The Texans will get their due. C.J. Stroud will play good. They will make mistakes, and the Chiefs will keep their hopes alive.
Joe, you're the man. Hopefully that's the case, and we'll talk to you about it next week.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Enjoy the game.
Great conversation there. Some really good stuff from former Chiefs offensive lineman Joe Valerio. We'll be right back after this on WHB. What's up, Kansas City? Stephen St. John here for Andy's Frozen Custard. If you're ready for kickoff, you know what? Go to Andy's Frozen Custard because they're on the sidelines ready to serve the world's finest frozen custard to the fans, the best fans in football. And whether you're celebrating a big win, hopefully on Sunday, or maybe you'll stop by there when you're headed to the tailgate, Andy's is a great treat for KC fans. The frozen custard is made fresh every hour, making it incredibly smooth and creamy, just like this show. Plus, many of their toppings are baked fresh right in their stores for a truly special experience. And if you want to get crazy, go get the Travis Kelce 87 and running concrete. It's delicious. It starts with the world's finest vanilla frozen custard, and they spike it with Oreo, cookie dough, and cream caramel. And the best part, a portion of the proceeds goes to Travis Kelce's 87 and Running Foundation. So go to your nearest Andy's Frozen Custard, and when you do, tell them SSJ sent you. Let me get it. ARTH. Dumb here, Senate. Today's Thursday, isn't it? It's opening. I got it. And be sure to give me 10. Fuck up. And in 3, 2, 1. From the Earth Dispensaries, just dropped something for the dreamers. Introducing Illicit's nighttime gummy line. 5 new flavors and formulations to help you unwind.